I forgot to ask you, what are you drinking?
Oh, I got the, what do they call it? Bullet? 95 rye?
Is it good?
No.
I have myself a Durita. It's green. You can
Oh,
see.
where you put Mountain Dew for their margarita?
Yep. And I
Okay.
turned it green. Well, my wife did it for me. She loves me.
Oh, that was very nice of her. I guess mine doesn't.
We're Irish, Gotta celebrate.
That's true. Happy St. Patrick's Day, sir.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, sir.
We got at least a Irish story out for St. Patrick's Day. Good old Jimmy Joyce for March.
Yeah, Jimmy J got one. We should be disappointed in ourselves.
I'm a little disappointed.
Dubliners deserves more love.
We got I think who's Elizabeth Bowden. I have never read her before, but Irish female author. I looked at the Irish playlist on our channel. It's nothing but James Joyce, and I'm like, ooh.
Is that good or bad? What does that say?
I don't know. It's telling.
About us or Ireland?
Yeah. I feel bad because it's been clicked 372 times, and I'm like, wow, that's a lot of people that are probably like, oh crap, it's all James Joyce.
Well, then that's their problem if they're, oh crap, it's James Joyce.
Well, we have a James Joyce playlist too, so why click on the Irish playlist if it's just James Joyce?
Okay, then that's fair. Touche. That's our bad. We need to add some more in there.
So I'm working on it. I got that schedule. We'll fix that in the future.
Well, let's do the past first. Let's wrap up March. Hello, welcome. I'm Crypto.
Oh, yeah, I'm Una. You know who I am. Come on. You know who me.
Oh,
you know who me is.
He's internet famous.
All 20 of you watching right now know my name, and then the ones that hate me just refer to me as the guy in the black shirt. It drives me nuts when people in videos like comment and they're like mad at us for some reason. And they're like, guy in the black shirt. And I'm like, I literally said my name. Like, is it that hard?
Wait a minute. I have a black shirt too. I'm just not wearing it tonight. That's not fair.
Well, it's just like, is it that hard? Like, are you trying to make sure that you don't refer to me? I don't know. Anyways,
don't you put our names down below, like right here too?
I do. And you'll notice I've switched it up. So I used to always do it in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, they probably forgot. Like, it's really hard to remember, what happened 15 minutes ago. So now I'm putting it at the end for this, I kid you not, for the sole purpose of being able to say, well, hey, I'm sorry you didn't make it to the end. Because then I know they didn't get it to the end because I put it at the very end so that they have to. Yeah.
A little trickery there.
Now I get to call them out on having short attention spans, if that's what it is.
Man, throwing shade.
All right, we read 2 books in March. I read 2 books. You read 1 book. You read a half a book because you started it earlier. You read a half a book in March. I'm like, wow, kicking your butt now.
March was rough for me. Yeah. Well, to my credit, I had an eye problem and I can only see out of one eye. So reading with one eye is tough when you have no depth perception.
Yeah. Now, as a backstory, what I've decided to do, I'm going to have, because it's important to me, this August, every August is Women in Translation Month. And it's probably one of the things that's kind of nearest and dearest to my heart is promoting women in translation. So I'm going to be working this entire year on basically a big effort for that. So there's going to be a lot of books that I read where you'll see videos pop up in August because there's going to be a big push in August. So I've read several books in terms of Convenience Store Woman, Heaven by Mieko Kawakami, Sayaka Murata for the first one. I did The Woman in the Purple Skirt by Natsuko Imamura. I've done several of those stories, and I did get a chat pushed out on Lemon by Kwon Yo-sun, a Korean author as well. So you're going to see a flood of videos come out in the future, but I've been doing a lot of reading for women in translation, basically.
You're killing it, man. Great job. I'm proud of you.
I finished The Idiot super fast, so I've been able to kind of kill some time with some other just pleasure reads like that. And it's been really fun. I've enjoyed it. But the other book we read was The Idiot, finally, right?
Yeah, finally. Who you calling an idiot?
We had actually planned that back in November, December, got pushed out to January, February, finally getting around to it. And what are we doing the ratings now? Is that what we're doing? I don't know what we're doing.
We haven't done ratings in months.
Okay, I rate it a Dostoevsky out of Russian book rating is what I give it.
I would say to go to our old ones, backlog it, and read some of his other stuff first.
No, harsh.
It's a great book, but it's definitely no Brothers K or Crime and Punishment.
I think that was kind of the sentiment a lot of people in the chat had, was that
with the read along.
It seemed like parts 2 and 3 of the 4 parts of that book just slogged some people out, that it just didn't connect with everyone the way that some of his others have.
Agreed. The first part was fire, and then 2 and 3 were a struggle for many people, and then 4 kind of came back and met all of its glory. And that's tough on a book. And if you watch our before video, you'll see we talk about a little bit why maybe he wrote it that way. So to break that normative narrative.
I was laughing because I thought you did that pun on purpose with the first part is fire, but apparently you did it by accident.
Oh, I did do it by accident. That's funny. I
gave you credit. So.
Oh, thank you, sir.
So Crypto says, not the best of Dostoevsky's works. I'd say it's not the best either, but I did not have a hard time with it, like it sounds like some other people did. Still really liked it. I think it's funny. I enjoyed it, but I agree parts 2 and 3 were slower. And it sounds just like this round, a lot of people didn't connect with it. So, oh well. Let's move into our short stories. We got a lot to select from here. Do we have a pick of the month?
Like a dozen, right? We killed it in March.
Yeah. What's our pick of the month in these short stories here?
Are you gonna guess mine? Are we doing guesses? Are we guessing?
I can guess yours.
We've been guessing.
I'm gonna guess yours. You chose. My first guess was Borges, but am I projecting onto you?
You're projecting.
That's why I'm pulling it back. So I'm looking at this list now. And
so I'm gonna pick I'm Tilon Akbar as yours.
Well, yeah, obviously. I spoiled myself for you there. We got a dog in To Build a Fire. You're kind of like super doggy guy kind of guy. And we have your boy Poe. You love Poe. Let's go with To Build a Fire. Your choice is To Build a Fire for your pick of the month.
You, sir, would freeze to death.
Oh.
Should have gone with Poe. Fall of the House of Usher.
Knew it was one of those two.
Yeah, I did like To Build a Fire because I'm kind of outdoorsy and I like camping and hunting and I love dogs. And that was a fun man versus nature or man versus stupidity type story. But The Fall of House of Usher, being that it's going to become a story, a series on Netflix, I'm really excited to see, this source material turned into something kind of new and fresh. And I've known kind of the story of House of Usher, but never actually read it. So it was really cool to add another, checkbox to my list of stories by Poe that I've read. It was a lot of fun. Really, really cool psyche twist of, is it real? Is it not real? What kind of horror story is this? You're always going to get something good with Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, definitely a story kind of like about madness. Entering into, is this a haunted house? Are you entering into the twisting of your own mind? What's real, not real? It's one of those places you leave the house much differently than you entered type of story, right?
Man, you should write movie poster lines. That was good.
All right, so could you guess what my favorite story was?
Talon Akbar Orbis to Tetris.
Nope.
I can't. What's the
No, that wasn't that one.
Oh.
No, it was. I just wanted to tell you were wrong. I'm still mad that I gave it away.
I probably would have picked Borges anyway, because I know he's like your favorite on here, except for maybe Joyce. But
he's a trip.
Joyce wasn't the home run winner of all the other stories in Dubliners. It was great, but again, there's better Dubliner stories out there.
So Talon Akbar is a thought experiment, right? And it deals into what is knowledge, what is real. And it's all about this. Basically, they get this book that has some pages missing. So we don't know about this country. And in this country, they have this fake world called Talon that they invented with its own culture that everything's of the mind. It's a trip. It's real weird. And a little cloud, I would have said that would have been my second place, actually. You know me well, sir. A story about a man's failed ambitions and how he holds himself guilty over his own failures. Kind of hits home. Kind of sad.
Yeah. Kind of one that we read a long time ago that we finally got published, posted in March was The Egg by Andy Weir, and I loved that one. Mm-hmm. And I really loved our talk on that one because that was another kind of thought experiment of what is the meaning of life and what if you got to talk to God. And you die. Basically, the guy dies and goes to heaven and gets to talk to God and figure out what all of it means. And that's just like, I really enjoyed that one too. So that might have been my second one. I don't know. Build a Fire was good though. I love me some camping in the winter.
Yeah. I feel like at some point we need to get you to sit down and read some philosophy, because there's a lot in those Borges stories that when you have more to draw upon, I think they'd become even more enriching for you after reading and knowing, like, if you had known Gettier and known a little bit more about epistemology, I think we could have had a much different conversation even when we did that story.
Maybe a deeper conversation. Yeah. Where would you start us out at? Which philosopher would we begin with?
Not that he's like the main one, but I feel like you got to start out with Plato, because he's kind of like OG. You know what I mean? Like, he's also pretty easy to understand, and not that they're.
I think I could start out there.
It's not that they're correct, but a lot of philosophers will also like reference back to him. You know what I mean? Like, and refer to his, allegory in the cave, stuff like that.
So, a YouTube channel that talks about stories is going to go back to the beginning of the story. Start at the beginning, Crypto. Where else? Okay, makes sense.
Now, it's also worth pointing out that I did the One Piece box set with Leslie. Box set 4 came out, and I was literally like peeing in my pants in excitement for that one to happen, because it had to deal with this Doflamingo arc. It's kind of the fourth. What is it? We're up to like chapter 900, I want to say, in this series.
Wow.
Yeah.
I saw it. I went to Barnes & Noble to buy my copy of The Idiot like last week, and I saw that it was right up front. It had the big One Piece thing for the manga anime stuff, and it was right there. I was like,
wait. You said The Idiot. You did not mean to say The Idiot just now, though.
Oh, War and Peace. Sorry. I went and bought the copy of War and Peace.
Which transitions us into April. We're starting War and Peace, and it has been a slow start for me. I don't know if it's current events in the world, which I have to push aside for how we do our analysis, or if it's just the beginning, but I've not been in tune to it yet, and I need to for this book. That's been my problem with this War and Peace start. It's been a slow start for me.
I'm 91 pages in, and again, I'm having eye issues, so reading it is a little bit easier having the physical copy of the book. That's why I went and bought it, because it's hard for me to read digitally right now. But it's a pretty slow burn. 91 pages in, and pretty much there's like 1,000 characters, and they're all at a party.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, when is Napoleon going to get here and kick some butt? Because I need that to happen soon for me, Tolstoy. It feels like a very different novel than anything he's written so far. So I'm excited to see kind of where it goes, though. So I'm almost done with part 1. So we'll see.
I need to ramp up my entertainment value. Now, with entertainment value, we also have to talk about our other book that we're reading, which is the Dark Tower book 7. We finally shall find out.
We're getting to the tower.
What happens with this dang beam? What is going on with the Crimson King? Like, we need to figure this out. Now, we've also started this, and I have to say, it's just like War and Peace, where at the beginning I'm like, oh my gosh, this is really like long-winded. Like, let's get going here.
It does feel a little Song of Susanna-y, right? At the beginning of book 7.
Yeah, we need to
But it does get going pretty quick.
You know what? He really should have just taken like this Song of Susanna-y exposition crap and just make 6 the dumpster fire that it is. And let's start off 7 a little bit better. But I've got faith it's going to improve from here.
Yeah, it picks up pretty quick, I think, towards the end, if I remember correctly. I'm only like through part 1 of that because I'm listening to it and reading War and Peace. So, and I haven't been going anywhere because I'm on spring break. So yeah, I'm a little behind on that one, but I'll get caught up soon.
Now, another me project, what I'm doing is when I'm dropping my son off at swim classes, because we signed him up for that, that's when I'm doing some of my women in translation reads, like kind of like, so like, once or twice a week when I'm doing that. So I'm also starting the Miss Ice Sandwich by Mieko Kawakami. So it's going to be my next women in translation read. And I'll have those up on like our Patron section of the Discord.
Oh, wait. I did download another audiobook. So when I finish Dark Tower, I have something else to listen to because it was like download for free, like in February. And it's by Jay Kristoff, I think is how you say his name. And it's the Empire of Empire of the Vampires, something like that.
A lot of vampires in this empire.
Something like that. And I heard it's supposed to be fantastic. I asked Leslie if she had read it from Nerdy Narrative, and she had not, but she'd heard good things. So I have that on my back burner to listen to once I finish The Dark Tower.
Oh, I didn't tell you. So for Leslie's birthday, I got her a copy of the, what's that other fun book that we're going to be doing soon?
Which fun book?
The
All books are fun.
The Quality Land one. The one that's just for fun, I'm saying.
The one where they're in like Germany?
Yeah, well, it's from Germany, but it's the idea is this
Superstore?
Yeah, it's kind of like the company ships you whatever you need before even ordering it, that sort of thing. So I ordered that for her.
Oh, you got her the physical copy. That's sweet.
Yeah, so we got to get to that one sometime soon. I didn't say, hey, you have to read this with us. It was just kind of like, oh, I heard this was really funny. You know, why don't you check this out is kind of what it was.
When you buy somebody a book, you kind of telling them they have to read it with us, though. You know that's implied, right?
No, I told her. I said, you are exonerated from forcing to read on our schedule. Like I'll tell you, like, hey, this is when we're thinking about doing it.
She's the nicest person ever you meet. She will do it. She will suffer through it because you bought it for her.
You say suffer
she may
as if
DNF
it's going
it,
to
but...
be bad. You are correct. She is the nicest person in the world, but that doesn't mean she has to suffer through it for us.
Well, she'll suffer for you. That's how much she loves you.
All right, let's talk about short stories. We've got Shooting an Elephant by George Orwell, and allegedly somewhat autobiographical. Is it not? But it's we got to talk about colonial imperialism with that one, and kind of like
that's my jam right there.
Yeah, that's a good one. We've got The Rock Pile by James Baldwin. I don't know anything about that one other than it was kind of in the short story collection that I bought by him. So I'm like, oh, let's do this one.
Dang, we're pushing 10 short stories by Baldwin now, right?
That's like the third. That's like the third one we're doing, isn't it?
Like the 10th, right?
We did Exodus.
I don't know how to count.
Let me give you a hint in this next one. You just got to guess the author. You bought this book because we read like 3 stories by this author so fast, and then we haven't even touched this author now for like 2 years.
Oh, it's my oldest book too. Oh, I'm gonna grab it. Yeah, I have it right here. Somerset Mom.
It is. You got it.
Yeah, I got his book right here.
Well, you better
like 100 years old.
Well, do you have the luncheon in your collection? Because that would be super funny if you bought that, and then also the luncheon is not included in that collection. Would be hysterical to me.
It's not in that one. That's not good.
Yeah, it says short story, so I don't know what to tell you, but I also have a short story collection from him, and it's not in that one either.
That's crazy.
All right, we have, do you know Sandra Cisneros?
Ooh, that name sounds really familiar.
Yeah, she wrote that, I think it might be called a novella, the short novella, The House on Mango Street.
It's ringing a bell, but no, is that what we're reading?
No, we are doing the short story 11 by her, but we will be doing that novel in the future. She's got kind of an interesting background in terms of back and forth between the U.S. and Mexico, but I think she's a very popular author to have selected for a... This is definitely, like, I think, on like the more consumable, easy side to read. So I don't know what to expect with her short stories, but I know it's well revered. So we're just going to check that one out.
All right, cool.
And then who's our April patron read selector?
And this month we are back to almost the top of the list. It's Kaja. So we'll reach out and we'll see what our April pick is. Yeah.
Now, I got another birthday present for you. You were very poopy pants that I had 3 poems selected for your birthday month, sir. So happy pre-birthday to you. This is your birthday month. I have whittled it down to 1 poem just for you because you were all poopy. Now, so we're just doing 1 short story or poem, and it's real short. It's We Real Cool by Gwendolyn Brooks. Have you done that one?
No. How long is it?
Oh, 2. I think it's like 2 stanzas. It's super short.
Oh.
And then so speaking of Leslie, here we go. She bought me this book for my birthday. So we are going to it's a collection of all of her essays, I think. I think it's all essays. We're going to be doing a short story out of here, an essay out of here called How It Feels to Be Colored Me, which is frequently referred to as something that's kind of like a watermark essay on the African-American experience that I think would be cool for us to kind of talk through.
Should have had that one a couple months ago. That's okay. Better late than never, right? Thanks, Leslie.
I did. What do you mean? You mean like gotten the book a couple months ago?
Yeah.
I did get it a couple months ago. I got it at my birthday.
Oh. Well, that was like a month ago. Anyway.
Yeah.
Better
it
late than
was.
never, Leslie.
No, it was. I long night, man. I'm telling you. Long days and pleasant nights, sigh.
All right, well, we got a lot ahead of us, so we better get cracking and get to reading.
All right, guys. Thank you for spending some time with us. We look forward to hearing from you on what you're reading in the comments down below. My name has been Una. See, I did it at the end. You see what I did there? Peace out.
I did, yeah. And I've been Crypto. Peace.